Republican Judiciary Committee member Matt Gaetz of Florida. Congressman Gaetz, thank you. Good to have you here this evening. We see Vice President Pence has taken the stage, and we expect that the president will be out there soon. Let me go to that central question with you that David Cicilline raised, because obviously you guys don't agree on this, but he feels strongly that the president did something wrong. Can you explain, why you think it was okay for the president to ask the Ukrainian president to help him out with the Biden situation because he thought that there was something horrible there? Why was that okay for him to do in your mind?
The president has a long-held, sincere skepticism about foreign aid. Ukraine was the third most corrupt country in the world. And the problem with David Cicilline's version of events is that even the Democrat witness, George Kent, from the State Department, said that you could never have an analysis of Burisma that was not an analysis of corruption. Our own embassy, in fact, had to pull out of a public-private partnership because Burisma was involved and they were so tainted with corruption. And so now, with no agenda, with no crime, and with no victim, the Democrats are pursuing an impeachment of the president that fails to meet their own standard. Remember, it was just earlier in 2018 that Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi were saying that any impeachment that was not bipartisan was doomed to fail. I think they're right. This is doomed to fail. I don't think they fully appreciate the political consequence for the Democrats. We just showed
the numbers, and for the first time, there is a majority of Americans in the Quinnipiac poll that say that they do not want to see this impeachment move forward. Let me play this from Adam Schiff about the urgency here, because now it looks like they may vote as soon as tomorrow or shortly after that. Watch this.
The argument, why don't you just wait, amounts to this. Why don't you just let him cheat in one more election? Why not let him cheat just one more time? Why not let him have foreign help just one more time?
What do you say to that, Congressman?
It's actually not the Republicans that are dictating the time frame. There are a lot of moderate Democrats who recognize what a political loser this is, and they are the ones encouraging their leadership to get this impeachment through the gestation period as fast as possible so they don't have to go back to town halls and continue to explain why we're not doing the important work of the country and instead seem to be obsessed with investigations and impeachments.
I got to go, but I want to squeeze in one more question here, because speaking of the important work of the country, it appears that the FBI warned in Florida back on May 22nd that the gun laws in Florida could leave open a hole where some extremists could get their hands on guns, and that's exactly what it appears we saw happen in Pensacola at the naval base there. What do you say to that? Why wasn't that warning heeded?
Well, there are federal provisions of law that would have allowed someone who is a representative of a foreign government to be able to make a legal purchase of a firearm. But this is not an issue where gun laws failed. This is radical Islamic terrorism. And I think more than one person was involved. And the FBI needs to be allowed to continue their work unimpeded to get to the bottom of this and make sure that everyone is held accountable.
I want to talk to you more about that next time. But we're going to be heading soon to Hershey. Thank you very much, Congressman. Good to see you tonight.